Well, good evening, everybody out there in social media land. This is Dr. Adam with My Family Chiropractic coming to you to talk to you about tonight's spinal workshop. That workshop is why water. Why is water so important? Yes, we know that it makes up the majority of our body, but did you know that this time of year, more people are dehydrated than any other time of year? You see, in the summer, we know that, hey, it's hot, I'm sweating, I need to drink water. We know that, you know, because it's hot, we need to hydrate. We don't think about it much nowadays, but do you realize that it's a much more arid climate in the winter than it is in the summer? Yes, we have snowfall, right? And that is a sign of humidity. But you're walking into a home that has central heat or a wood stove. And those two things, especially the wood stove, make it extremely arid. Take the humidity from 60%, which is comfortable, down to like 10 and 20%. It's great to dry things out, but it sucks because it dries you out. So a lot of people combat that by, if they have a wood stove, putting a pot of water on the wood stove to let that, disperse into the air and raise the humidity. Or they have a humidifier, and that works, that helps, but the vast majority of people don't have it. This is why we get this wonderful thing in the winter called winter's itch. It's one of the biggest reasons why you get that. So when this happens, if your skin is itchy, it's because you're already dehydrated. You need to drink more water. Any idea how much water you're supposed to drink in a 24-hour period? Well, if you've watched any of my classes in the past, you would already know that that is half your body weight in fluid ounces. Now, do many of us drink that much water? And the answer, unfortunately, is no. So keep that in mind. Now, this morning, I have my water here, right? This morning, I actually didn't drink any water. I know. I had tea and I had orange juice. Guess what, guys? Those don't count. So I'm behind my count today. I'll catch up, don't worry. But tea and water, albeit fluids, are diuretics. So you actually gain less fluid than you actually expel because of them. So yes, you get water, but you actually produce more water in your urine than you actually are gaining from the thing that you're drinking. And this is true, in fact, for pop, soda, for coffee, tea, for beer, wine, liquors, juices, apple juice, orange juice, etc. Those are all diuretics. Yeah, they're all fantastic. And I'll tell you, when I'm out there and I'm shoveling this wonderful, beautiful dandruff of the earth, aka snow, aka winter's confetti, aka whatever you want to call it, when I'm out there working on that, nothing is better than coming in and getting a hot cup of coffee, a hot cocoa, or a hot cup of tea, right? That's just, it warms you to the core. That's great. And that's fantastic. Please continue to do that. And please understand that when you do that, you are still not getting water. So I want you to drink water as well. Okay. So make sure that you're getting half of your fluid, or half of your body weight in fluid ounces of water, which means if you weigh 200 pounds, you need to drink 100 ounces of water, right? The average human would do well at 100 ounces. 128 would be a gallon, okay? So that means if you weigh 256 pounds, you need to drink a gallon. Now, I will be 100% honest with you. I drink about a gallon of water a day. I drink 4 liters, which is actually a touch more than a gallon, but that's because I happen to have liter bottles, and so I can measure it easier. So I drink 4 liters of water a day. Now, that's more than half of my body weight in fluid ounces, okay? Anybody who knows me knows that I used to have really bad redness through here. Not rosacea. It wasn't rosacea, but it was due to liver damage, okay? Long story, okay? So it was due to some stupidity of my youth, and so I didn't start drinking a fair amount of water until I opened my own practice here. And that was about almost 6 years ago now. And I really, really, really started drinking some water. Okay. And guess what happened? I started to lose weight. My complexion started to get better. My hair started, except for today. I mean, look at that. That is just, oh, scary. But this is all because of the wonderful world of having to wear hats. So, but my hair got better. My skin got better. My digestion got better. Everything seemed to get better. Because your body's meant to work off of half your body weight in fluid ounces of water. So start drinking more water. But Doc, I hate the taste of water. Okay, great. Let's find a way to add something into it. If you hate the taste of water, there's this wonderful stuff called Hint, right? This happens to be the peach one. Yes, it is quite collapsed if you look at the bottle. That's because it's been sitting in the fridge, and the fridge is very, very cold, and so it condensed that water. Crystal doesn't like the peach or doesn't like the lemon, but she likes a lot of the other flavors. So first person to come in today and ask about Hint water, they're going to get a free peach or a free lemon, whatever their choice is. So, or this week, first person to ask about it is going to get it for free this week. Hint is not cheap, okay? If you get it on sale, it's $1 a bottle. And if you're talking, that's 16 fluid ounces, okay? So if you needed to drink, let's say you had to drink, 100 ounces, right? And you're going to do that with these 16-ounce bottles. You got to drink 6 1/4 bottles of water, okay? So let's say you're putting it over ice. Let's call it 6 bottles, okay? Well, that's $6 a day. So if you're getting it on sale, so $6 a day times 30 days a week, or a month rather, you're spending $200, $180 on water. That's expensive. Okay. So there's other ways to do this. But the nice thing is this Hint water is literally just water with essential oils added. Okay. So that's what you can do. You can use orange or peach or strawberries, cucumbers, melon, cut it up, put it in a diffuser, and use that. Okay. You see, oil and water, does it mix? I really hope you guys said not without emulsifier if you were being a smart aleck, or no, right? They don't mix unless you have something called an emulsifier. But if they don't mix, your body doesn't have to break it apart. Therefore, you gain water. That's why tea and pop and soda and all that stuff that's why it's a diuretic, because it has to burn a whole bunch of stuff, and it's called the dehydration and hydrolysis reaction. So it actually breaks down water, uses water to break it down to get more water out of it, right? That's why it doesn't work. But if you have a molecule of water and a molecule of oil and they don't mix, well, then your body just uses the water, right? And so it's not a big deal. So that's why the Hint waters, or if you do your own diffused water using fruits, which you're going to get the oils, the essential oils, especially if you just use the lemon peels, orange peels, or what have you, you'll get the oils, and it's a lot better for you. So do that, okay? Way cheaper. But if you want to check out the Hint stuff, it's not a paid advertisement or anything like that. It's pretty good, decent stuff. They have a whole bunch of different flavors. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it at Meijer. I'm sure you can get it at Walmart. I don't know. I haven't been there. But you can get it pretty much anywhere. So take a look at that, okay? And make sure you're drinking more water, because even though we got a lot of water and the white fluffy stuff outside right now, it's dehydrating you because the amount of aridness that your furnaces are causing. So if you take one thing away from this, take a drink of water. Hydrate yourself. I can't tell you how many times people have issues and accidents and traumas due to the fact of being dehydrated. So hydrate yourself. And as always, I will see you later this week and early next week for your adjustments. Thank you very much, and have a beautiful evening. And drink water.